Day 98, Thursday night. Almost 100 days of doing this, man. This is crazy. I'm starting to think maybe I should do something special for day 100, but then again, it's in 2 days, and we'll see. You never know. But if you're new to this, guys, this is the journey of 0 to 1 billion, and it's basically just me documenting myself building my business. Business model is LBO, QLA, private equity. We're doing the M&A game. We're buying businesses using leverage, aka leverage buyout. And it's not a very simple process, but that's the simplest way I could explain it in like a 2-word kind of thing. But I basically talk about what I do every day, and now's the part where I get into it. So today was a very busy day, and right now it is 1:01 a.m. and I tend to sleep late and wake up early, and then I crash. As in crash, you have like a deep sleep kind of situation happen. You sleep for like 12 hours or something. But yeah, I don't want to crash. Today was a busy day. It's kind of reminding me of something I said before, and it's resonating, like it's very true. If you finish your day and you go to your bed and you're trying to go to sleep but you can't, you just can't fall asleep, then hate to break it to you, you just had a failure day. You failed today. You should be you should spend all your energy every single day. And when you touch that bed at the end of the day, you should knock out. Like as if Mike Tyson knocked you out. Listen, if you make your bed every day, like mine's made. I'm trying to show it, but if you make your bed and you had a super busy day, it means you worked all day. I guarantee you, most likely, most people, right? I guarantee you that most people will touch that bed and fall asleep. More than likely that's gonna happen. I used to think like that, like I used to think like, oh, like I just have a problem, like I just can't sleep very easily. But the truth is you just have too much energy, man. You didn't use up all your energy in that day. So you're wasting your energy. That energy in that day could have been spent correctly, but you failed. You failed. You have to expend your energy in the correct direction. That's truly what I believe. And today's one of those days, man. I spent my energy. I'm ready to fall asleep. I woke up at like 7. I had court in the morning because I have a case going on. If you're new to this, you could check back through my old videos. I mentioned it a bit more, but I can't talk too much about it, to be honest. So I had court. Typically, I do a lot of my offense work in the mornings. Offense is in the work you do to build your business. And then, yeah. So the cold calls, I don't know what the stats were. I didn't really look at it before I made this video, but I think it's somewhere around 20 cold calls today. And I got 3 or 4 rejections. As in the sellers were like, fuck off, you know? But in the afternoon is usually when I hit the rest of my cold calls. And today I decided to speak with my board members. So I spoke with my industry expert and the accountant on my board. And the industry expert I have on my team is so useful, guys. So useful. Wow. He's helping me in such a significant way right now. So the list I'm using to call these sellers or call these business owners is basically a very general list. I'm not going to explain exactly where I got it because I don't want people to copy me and ruin what I have going on, because this is sort of live. So there's some things I won't be able to share in the moment. So it's like a very large list. It's not very detailed. You know, you're just kind of hitting the lottery and you're talking to a ton of gatekeepers. So many gatekeepers. And then if you get through the gatekeepers, you're talking to a lot of sellers that have small businesses, guys. Small businesses is in, they're making $100,000 to $200,000 a year in profit. And to me, that is not a good deal. I don't want to buy that kind of business. I don't want to buy a job. That's the way I think of it. I don't want to buy a job. Now, the whole point of me buying a business is to skip the whole startup phase. It's really the main point. Like, for example, this business owner took 20 years out of his life to build a business that makes $500,000 to $1 million a year in profit. It took him forever. It took his whole life to do it. You don't know how much time he spent, or you don't know how much money he spent, or all the lawsuits he had to go through to create this business. You don't know what he's been through. But me, it took me 6 months to a year, and I, boom, stepped into that position. Guys, I'm making it sound a lot more simple than it actually is, but it's just the overall ideology. You skip the startup phase. You just buy the business. And a bit like, I think anything under $500,000 a year in profit is still like the startup phase. So for you to grow that kind of business takes that kind of effort. And keep in mind, a lot of these businesses, most businesses in the world today are not modernized. I know you're watching me on YouTube. I know you're on social media and SMMA and drop shipping. Most of these kind of business owners that have old-fashioned old businesses, boring businesses, they don't have any kind of SOPs. They don't have CRMs sometimes. They don't have any kind of marketing, or their website's not done right. It's like all these like modern things that could be added onto these old businesses. So you do have to improve the business, but like, how much do you really have to improve it? Even at some point, if you just buy the businesses and you merge them together, you find businesses that are very similar in a similar area, you merge them, you could have certain staff that was in this business that's also in this business. So by merging them, you only need one of them, so you save costs, right? There's certain ways to improve operations, so there is ways to grow it. It's a very interesting world, and in today's market, it's actually easier to go ahead and buy a business to help grow versus actually growing profit margins and top line, etc. In these kind of markets, acquisitions are very interesting. But yeah, I was talking with another deal I was looking at, like an off-market deal with the board members today, and one of the industry expert has access to this software, which literally gives me direct contacts with the owner themselves. So I don't have to go through a gatekeeper or anything. And I still have to send that list actually, so he could do it for me tomorrow. But man, I'm excited to just call them directly. Like, how many no's do you think it would take for me to get a yes if I call them directly? That's so much easier. I'm actually truly excited to see those kind of results. It's going to be a whole game changer, guys. I heard someone say that it takes at least 3 times longer if your list is not refined. And I think maybe that's been the case for me. Although I haven't been doing deal flow or off-market deal flow for a while, I've only been doing it since like mid-December. So almost a month. I've had really good results so far, but for the amount of work I did, I should have way more results. I don't even know how many cold calls I've done, guys. I'm well over 1,000. I need to double check, guys, but probably somewhere around like 1,500 maybe. Listen, I'm not giving up on this. I know this stuff works. And I love this game. I love the M&A game, finance game, the hunt, the whole thing together is just, I think it's the best game in town. Why would I do SMMA? Why would I do drop shipping? Why would I do affiliate marketing or Amazon FBA or whatever else, man? What's the point? Those aren't even real life businesses. This is real life. This is something you could build in real life that's legit. This is a whole different game I'm playing. I'm not playing that game. This is real life. This is not like, oh, I'm gonna sit on my couch and somehow get money from the air, like Wi-Fi money. No, this is like real life money, like real life sweat and tears and real interactions and real problems that real people could really relate to. So it's a whole different game, and I'm doing it all live. So super interesting to speak on. But something I'm realizing today is that literally all my life is based off of sales. Everything I do revolves so much with sales, which is pretty insane. Sales is so big, and the reason why sales is the greatest skill in the world, I genuinely believe that the greatest skill in the whole world is raising money. Raising money is the greatest skill in the world. Because think about it, if you have the ability, the skill to raise money, you could create any kind of business in the world that you want. You're not gonna go work at McDonald's or work a summer job and save $3,000 and buy a course and do high ticket sales or whatever kind of course you buy. You're not gonna do that. First of all, I hope you know that you could buy courses for free. So please don't waste your money. Don't waste $3,000 on videos, man. It's just videos. It's not some elaborate course and community. Like, man, wouldn't you rather keep your $3,000 and be in some community? Like, wouldn't you rather just find out if you were able to do it, or at least see what the hell's going on before you join a community, even if you want to spend it? I don't get it. Don't pay for courses, guys, because there is a way to get them for free. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want it bad enough, you'll find it for free. I promise you. Any course I want, I could get it for free or almost damn near free. So leveraging or raising money is the greatest skill in the world, because you're not gonna work at McDonald's and save up $80,000 to do a business. You're not gonna go to school and get a 4-year degree to work at a physical therapy clinic for 4 years to save up $80,000 to start your own business. No, you're gonna raise the money instantly. You save 6 years of your life. You get straight to business instantly. So greatest skill in the world. And what is raising money? Raising money is just sales. Guys, I'm sort of like regurgitating this. I've heard this from multiple people. Warren Buffett believes this. Pace Morby, he's a real estate guy, he says this. A lot of big time people, they say this. The greatest skill in the world. Even Steven Schwartzman, he created BlackRock. He's worth 32 billion, I think, or he's in the 30s, but he's a billionaire, one of the richest people on earth. I read his book, What It Takes. Greatest skill in the world, raising money. Greatest skill in the world. And that's sort of the game I'm playing. If you want to make big money, it's in finance, banking, finance. Everyone knows that. If you look at the tallest building in every single city, it's either an insurance company or a bank. That just proves that they make the most money. That's the industry you want to be in. You don't want to do drop shipping. You don't want to do SMMA. Dude, every single piece of everything in any market has insurance. So insurance has a piece of everything in the world. So imagine how much money's in that game. The insurance companies buy the banks. So if you go to downtown Dallas, you'll see Bank of America, you'll see Chase, you'll see Santander, you'll see all these different banks. And even if you're not in downtown, you're just like in a mid-rise building, you'll see like Bank of Texas or All American Bank or whatever, Plains Capital Bank. They're always the tallest building. Now, what does that mean? That means they make the most money, man. How are they gonna have that kind of office? Who else is gonna buy that office? Who else has the money? I think it's just logic. The finance game has the most money. Now, let me read some of you guys' comments. So another thing I did today, I went boxing. So I went to work and I had the meetings. So I had the court before I went to work. And like right before I got to work, before I went in, I did some cold calls, like right outside my job. I went into work. I had the meetings with my board members. And then and then I went boxing. And let me read some of you guys' comments. Keep in mind, if they're like really long comments, it's kind of hard for me to read them. So I got Green Hunter. He says, "Nice job, bro." My man, thank you so much. He's talking about an interview that I did recently, and I think I should do more interviews. Just tell me what you guys think of that. If you're still watching at this point, comment what you think of that interview, and if you enjoyed it, and if I should do another one. I'm kind of rewatching it. There's a lot of words I say multiple times, and also the mic is a bit off because the way I put it on Jason, I could have improved on that. So user dash BJ5, 2 comments from user BJ5. I actually saw the name before it. It was like Sarah something. So Sarah says, "He's on a roll. The W is on the way." Thank you, thank you. And then the next video, Sarah comments, "I called it, win." Dude, so positive. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like when I get comments like this, guys, how can I quit? How can I quit? I'm not allowed to quit. I'm literally not allowed to quit. Why would I quit? So the next ones are things I would have to read next week, because we write down our goals every Sunday. So Tig Master, Tig, guys, OG subscriber, always comments. I'm very familiar with that name. There's a few people that constantly comment that I'm familiar with, and Tig is one of them. So when you hear OG subscriber, you got to listen to what they say, right? So Tig says, "Rich guys saying money doesn't buy happiness is the fattest psyop. My goal is," okay, and he talks about his goals. Yeah, money doesn't buy happiness is the fattest psyop. That is so true, man. I have this conversation so much. You know what? I want to argue with someone about it. It'd be good content. You can't convince me that money doesn't buy happiness. You know what is interesting though, and I will admit this right now. Before I started QLA, I was doing like my self foundation or self development or whatever you want to call it. And one of the things I did was I went to the Rolls-Royce dealership, and I dressed up in a really nice suit. I walked in, I had sunglasses, and I just want to see if like the salesman would look at me and they would want to help me. So it kind of shows that like they think like I could buy a car like this. Like I have the perception, you know what I mean? So that did happen. I walked in, they helped me out. I'm looking at the cars, and I sat in the back of a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. I think that's what it was. It's like the big one. And I'm sitting in there, and I swear to God, like it felt beautiful. I sat in the back, I sat in the front. The front is like so elegant, so like the front didn't feel like so different than other cars, I'll be honest. But when I sat in the back, I felt a huge difference. You know, you got the stars. The carpet was like fluffy, really fluffy. The seat was like wide. It was really good feeling. And I sat in there, and I swear to God, I'm not lying. But I was like, that's it. I swear that's what I thought. I was like I closed my eyes and like I like smelt it. Like, okay, this is what it smells like. This is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. I'm like I'm imagining myself owning this, right? And I'm like, that's it. Made me think for real. Although money may not buy happiness, if you're actually smart and you're not stupid, I'm sure you'll know the right things to buy, and then therefore you'll buy happiness. You know, buying a house for your mom or retiring your parents, that's money, and that brings happiness. You doing whatever for whoever, that you have more access to happiness when you have money. So how does money not buy happiness? That's the truth.